welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And in today's video, we are doing R&B Sundays. I haven't done an R&B Sunday since October, okay? And I know so many new music has dropped since then, but it was just a lot going on. But I'm back with another R&B Sundays because I think these two artists need to be talked about. You know, they need to be talked about more. So before we hop into this video, don't forget to thumbs up this video as well as subscribe if you enjoyed these R&B Sundays music talks. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so let's hop into this video. As always, my R&B Sundays are never super long. I just tell you guys the two artists that I feel like needs to be talked about more, or they need their flowers. I give you my opinions on their latest music or their genre of, or their disc of music, and then we're done. Normally I have a glass of wine, but I don't have that. And if you're wondering about my makeup, I do have a video showing you guys how I got at least the eye makeup. Is the unboxing of my BoxyCharm. So if you haven't watched that video yet, then go ahead and check that video out. I have it linked down below or in the cards as well. So yeah, let's just hop into this video. Like I said, it's going to be a super quick video as always. And yes, oops, sorry, I'm in my PJs because we don't need to be super formal, right, for this video? No. So the first artist I'm going to talk about is Sammie. Sammie, baby, okay. He's been getting his flowers a lot lately. I have seen him getting recognized more than he has in the past, but I still don't feel like enough people talk about him. You know how like when artists drops their album and everybody on the timeline talks about it? That's how I feel. He's not as mainstream as other R&B artists, and I just don't understand why, because he's been in this game since he was what, 11, I believe, and everybody knows him for his, you know, #1 song when he was a little child, I Like, okay, and or it's pretty sure it's called I Like the Way, maybe, but anywho, that's the song that he's known for. And then of course he dropped, you know, other albums, singles, stuff like that, and then he fell off the face of the earth. But if you follow him on Instagram, then you would know why. He went through some trials and tribulations, and now he's finally back out, putting music out, the best R&B music out, okay? Some of the best R&B music out for this generation. And, you know, he's bringing that R&B back, but in a more updated way. You know, of course I still love the 90s R&B, okay? Nothing will ever top 90s R&B, but I like the way that he's bringing the R&B, the 90s R&B aspect to his music, along, but bringing it with some of today's generation as well. You know, trying to tie both generations together, and I love it. I love everything about it, and I love him. I love him. Anytime that he comes to the DMV area, I 9 times out of 10 will be there. Every single time, I will be there. Obviously, I didn't get to go to the concert with him and Eric Bellinger because I had a birthday to go to, and that birthday was very super important. So I was upset I wasn't able to go, but anytime that man has a concert, a get-together, anything, I am there, okay? I am a stan. I am a stan for Sammie. So, the latest album, pause, my computer's about to die, so let me get the charger and charge this up, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. So, as I was saying, the latest album EP that he dropped was called Satin Sheets. Baby, I can't play none of the music, unfortunately, because I'm not trying to be copyrighted. Even though I don't know if his music is copyrighted or not, or the other artists, I'm not sure, but I don't want to chance it. But when you get the chance, if you haven't listened to Satin Sheets, listen to it. listen to it, okay? This whole album is only, I mean, I keep calling it an album, but it's an EP. There's only 6 songs on there, but this is the EP that you throw on when you have your boo, bae, side chick, side nigga at the house, okay? Y'all just got finished eating, y'all drinking some drinks, okay, and y'all ready to get it on. Y'all need to play that EP, baby, from start to finish. Start to finish. And you can thank me later, okay? And you can thank me later. It is so good. So good. Not a song that I would like, I want to skip. None of that. None of that. It's just an amazing EP that is a very grown and sexy. Very grown and sexy. Now, for those who want something a little bit more tamed, okay? A little bit more tamed. Even on all of his albums or EPs, he has those very sensual, sexual songs. So it's not like he really don't have any tame type of album or whatever. But he did drop I guess it's a gospel EP with only 3 songs on there. If you want, you know, you hear him sing gospel because he is very into the Lord, which I love. So if you want to hear, like, you know, his take on being a godly man or something like that, I will look that up. I don't know what the name of the EP is. Okay, so it's called 333. That's what it is. So it's only 3 songs. It's called 3 songs are amazing, unborn, and my God. It dropped in August of last year. So like I said, there's only 3 songs on there, but those 3 songs will put you in a very good mood if you are having a bad day, if you're feeling some anxiety or something like that. Gospel music normally always calms me down, so maybe that will calm you down. But if Sammie is like somebody that you like listening to, maybe listening to that album will help you out. Now, again, that's for, I guess, the tame versions. However, the rest of the albums ain't nothing tame, really. Ain't nothing really tame. I will say Such Is Life is a more tamer album from him. It's not as much sexual or sensual songs on there, and unfortunately the only song that I'm like on is this song called Irish Car Bomb. This might be like my least favorite song off of this album, and that album dropped in 2020 in June, but it's probably like the only song that I really don't like. I mean, it's kind of hard to find an album where there's no skips at all. Like, even with me being the #1 Chris Brown fan in the world, there's still some songs that I don't really vibe with on his albums too. So yeah, the only nasty song on here is All Night and Nasty. Those are only 2. And he has a song on here with Tank. So, you know, you can never go wrong with Tank, boy. You can never go wrong with Tank. And if you want to hear his old music, he did remaster some of his songs. It's called Sammie, and then it's called Sammie Remastered. And on there, he remastered like certain songs. He redid certain songs to make it more of his grown voice. Because, you know, back in the day, he had that little squeaky peak voice. So, yeah. Another favorite album of mine from his is Coming of Age. That is a very tame album as well, and it just shows his growth, and, you know, talks about his struggles and everything he's been through throughout the years that he was missing. And it's just a very like coming of age album. That's what I basically can call it. It's a very coming of age album. Now, the one album that I wasn't like at first wasn't a huge fan of, and maybe because I really didn't give it a chance, it was called Indigo. And the only song that I liked on there was Last Day. Other than that, it was just like the rest of the songs just wasn't hitting the way they used to. And I think it was mainly because I wasn't really giving it a chance. I heard that one song, Last Day, and that was it. I didn't hear anything else, but I can't say what that album is really about because again, I didn't listen to it like that. So all in all, his whole discography and EPs and everything is amazing. I'm a huge fan of his mixtapes, especially, oh my god, what's the name of his other mixtape? Let me look it up because I got that piff on my phone soon. But he has this EP that I love. Is it just a mixtape too? I think it's just a mixtape 2 or maybe Swag and B Volume 1. Okay, so the song that I love from his mixtape is called Mechanic. I don't know what I love about that song, but I love that song. It's on Swag and B Volume 1. That's one of his mixtapes. However, you should listen to It's Just a Mixtape. Insomnia is really good, and It's Just a Mixtape too. If you don't want like that, you know, in the studio cut and dry type of album, if you just want something raw and real, like type of beats and, you know, things like that, and it sounds like they were having more fun on these mixtapes than they do on their albums, then if you got that piff, look Sammie up and you know, check out those mixtapes. So yeah, all in all, Sammie is an amazing R&B artist. He is very humble, he's very sweet, smells amazing, okay, and he has a beautiful smile, a beautiful soul, a beautiful air, and he deserves his flowers. He deserves to be recognized way more than he is now, and I just need people to get up on it, okay? Get up on it, okay, before the price goes up. Get up on it. So that's my first artist. My second artist is Marques Houston. What? Marques Houston. Yes, I know. Marques Houston from IMX, from Immature, from I think that's all the groups he was in, IMX and Immature. Yes, that Marques Houston. If you didn't know, he dropped a new album. He had dropped a new album. Let me tell you when he did. Again, I know it's just super random, but let me tell you the reason why I chose him. It's because I've been on a huge Marques Houston kick since I've listened to this album. It was like I just forgot all about how amazing he is. And I just decided to have a Marques Houston party one day, and I haven't stopped yet. I've been listening to all of his music since I've heard his new album. So his new album is called Me. So it's like, it looks like a torn picture or something, like a him versus him type of deal. I don't really know what the cover means, but that's what it looks like. Okay. And he dropped this album on February 4th of this year, and y'all need to get up on it. The album is so beautifully done. He has, I think, like one sensual song, but the rest of the albums, no. Well, yeah, he has like one sensual song. He has another sensual song, but it has more of an upbeat. It's more upbeat than the other songs. So I'm gonna tell you my favorites off of this album. So my favorite off of the album is Bad One, featuring some new artist named Aquarius. Half on it. Pleasure, which is a slow sensual song. Half on it is a sensual song, but like I said, it's upbeat. And Mine, You Don't Know Me, and Forever Is Not Long Enough. Let me tell you about the last song. That's the very last song. Forever Is Not Long Enough. It's a dedication to his wife, Maya Houston. And it's such a beautiful, he has a whole video for it too, but it's such a beautiful song. Beautiful. It's similar to Always and Forever from his Veteran album, but Forever Is Not Long Enough is so beautiful. It's a perfect song for you men out there to propose to your girl, for the girls, for you to walk down the aisle, or maybe for you and your husband to walk into the reception with it, or your first dance. It's of course, he talked at the end. He gives a shout out to his wife. So cut it off right there before you do everything else. Cut it off right there. But everything else is such a beautiful song. I would say this album is good for, like, say it's like the evening time, you just left from Applebee's or something like that and you have a long drive home. This is the type of album you want to listen to on your way home from Applebee's, okay? It's such a good album. Such a good album. Bad One and Pleasure are like my top 2 favorite songs off the album. But the whole album is good from beginning to end. I have no skips. I mean, there's some songs I can go without, but I still listen to it because it's still good. But if it wasn't on there, I wouldn't miss it, I'm not gonna say I used to be, but back in the day when Naked came out, his Naked album came out, which was like one of his, Naked and Mattress Music are like his top 2 very sexual, sensual albums. I used to play Naked out. And my grandmother, at the time, like my grandmother at the time, she would only let me listen to it when I was around her because it was a very sensual, sexual album. I was only 14 or 15 years old at the time. Still, she would only let me listen to her, and then with me listening to her, she started liking the album, even though she was a very Christian woman. Even then, I'm a Christian woman. Even then, I still like listening to this type of music. I'm not only going to listen to church music 24/7. And she started enjoying listening to Marques Houston, so that was our thing. Marques Houston was our little love language, me and her. And I just love that album down, okay? And even when he was with IMX, when they did that one album, even though I could have sworn they was coming out with another one, but I don't know. But when they did that one album and the song Beautiful You Are, if you haven't listened to that song, listen to it. Listen to it. It's so beautiful. You will play that song on repeat. Okay, that's how much I was in love with that song when they was when he was part of IMX. Now, when it came to Immature, I really didn't listen to their music. I mean, if something came on, I would hear it, but I wasn't like pressed to listen to Immature for some reason, because Immature and IMX are basically the same thing. I guess IMX is just more grown than Immature. But even though when Immature was together, for them to be little kids, they were still making some questionable grown music, okay? But who am I? I'm just a listener. And obviously the right people know what they're doing. Anywho, you guys, listen to Marques Houston's new album. I also say, just have a Marques Houston party. Just remember all of his music and just listen to it. Stream his music. Let's run those numbers up. You act like I'm part of his PR team, but I'm not. I just really love this album, and I didn't see anybody on my social media talk about this album at all, and I think it's very disrespectful, because Marques Houston gave us bangers back in the day, and he deserves to be talked about, okay, and have his flowers be intoned, because he's amazing. His voice hasn't changed. It hasn't gone, like, his voice still sounds the same from back in the day. He's just an older man. That's all it is, and he deserves. So yeah, you guys, those are my 2 artists for R&B Sunday. This go round, Sammie and Marques Houston. Run those streams up. Do what you need to do to help these 2 beautiful, amazing artists get back on people's mainstream, back on people's radar, because they are definitely top tier artists, and they are needed in this industry, and I enjoy every last one of their music, and I soon as I get off this camera, I'm gonna make turn my Marques Houston on and have another Marques Houston party, okay? Because he is amazing. Sammie is amazing. Again, like I said, he's top tier. Sammie is a top tier man, okay? Anywho, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this R&B Sundays, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and turn on your bell notification to get notified when I upload my next video. I love you guys. Thanks so much for the support, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.